Let us begin the practice on this position, mountain pose. Stand with your whole body straight and long. Ground your foundations equally. Just activate your legs, your belly, the back body. And begin to take your attention to your breath. You breathe in fully through your nose. And breathe out completely through your nose. So whenever you inhale, you notice the chest and the belly expanding. As you exhale, just relax your shoulders, chest and belly. Again, inhale fully. Try to expand your upper body. Then exhale, try to relax. So all throughout the practice, try to keep your breath long and deep. Now ready, inhale, you extend your arms over the head. You take your palms together, extend the elbows and stretch the sides of the body. Then exhale, you bend to your right. Lower your right hand on the floor. You can look down to your shoulder and feel the left side of the body stretching. On the inhale, go back to the center. Extend your arms upward. Then exhale, bend to the left. Release the left hand and look down and feel the right side body. Inhale, return to the center. Arms up and bend backward. Activate the muscles of your back and belly. Ground the big toe mounts. Firm the leg muscles. On your exhale, bend forward. You hinge from the waist. You micro bend the knees for this first hamstring stretch. Look forward, inhale, make your back long. Then exhale, another fold. Stay on this pose for 3 deep breaths. Remember to shift the weight forward to the balls of your feet. Relax the back, your abdomen. Now inhale, rise and extend your arms up. Then exhale, hands down. Relax your whole body. Take one breath. Inhale. And exhale. Again, inhale, swing the arms out and up. Bend backward. Extend the middle of the spine. Exhale, bend forward. Fold from the waist. Inhale, look forward. Make your back flat and out onto the floor. Stay on your fingertips and take your right hand on the floor below the chest. Extend the left hand up for a twist. If you cannot fully straighten the legs, just micro bend the knees. In that way you can extend the spine and the sides of the body. Now fully turn your shoulders, but don't move the hip. Look down on the inhale, set the left hand on the floor where you put the right. Exhale, twist your right. If you're more flexible, see if you can straighten the legs fully, but you're not rounding the back. So extend the spine first before extending the legs. Look down on the inhale, then exhale another fold and stay for 3 breaths. And slowly straighten the legs if you're okay with your low back. Or if you don't feel enough stretch. Inhale, rise and extend the arms upward. Then exhale, hands down. And then relax for a cycle of breath. Next one, you straighten your spine as you bend your right leg to your chest, standing still and standing straight on the left leg. You hold the right knee with the left hand, then extend your right hand backward. So turn the gaze to your right thumb and try to pull your right thigh closer to your chest as you ground through the left foot. Now look forward and step your right foot backward as you bring the arms upward over the head. You sink that hip in line with the left knee and turn your right hip forward to a high lunge. Spread out your toes, then bend backward. Continue arching the spine without putting tension on the low back and neck. Breathe in as you add more expansion and stretch on the bottom. Now on your exhale, back to center, close the palms together, right through the center of your chest. Then inhale. On the exhale, you twist to your left. See if you can put your right elbow outside the left thigh. Keeping the palms together, bringing it down toward the center of your chest as you push that right leg downward. Breathe for 2 cycles. Now then look down, take your palms on the floor. Keep your right leg steady and step the left leg backward to a plank pose. Tone your abdomen. For easier option, take your knees on the floor. Then bend your elbows 90 degrees, shifting the weight forward. Then inhale, press the tops of the feet, sink the hip and lift the chest, widening or broadening the chest muscles. Exhale, curl the toes, lift the hip bone back and up. So here you straighten the arms, the spine before you straighten the legs. Or you might want to adjust or move around just to release any tension or restrictions within the body. Set the feet as wide as the hip. Toes in, heels out. And keep rolling the hip bone forward, flexing the hip muscles. The arms are strong and steady. The breath is fluid, deep and slow. And you have to feel the leg muscles getting stretched. So look forward. Fold the knees and take the feet on top of your back. Hands on your shins and then make your back longer. On your exhale, you bend forward. Inhale, rise and extend the arms up. Now gently and slowly bend backward. Exhale, return to the center, hands down to the sides. Again, 1 breath. We'll do it on the next side. Bend the left leg, standing still on your right leg. Pull the knee in and up. Navel pulling backward. Now hold the leg with your right and twist to the left side. So you have to lift and broaden your chest and squeeze or activate the shoulders and back muscles. Look forward, arms over the head. Step your left foot backward as you fold your right leg 90 degrees. Continue extending down through the left heel. Then square or balance the hip, then bend backward. In case you cannot bend the spine, try your best to pull the arms backward behind the head. And exhale back to center, take your palms together on the chest or in front of your chest, then inhale, elongate through the waist, then exhale, activate your belly or pull the navel in and twist to your right, cross your left arm bone against your right thigh. Keep turning breath by breath, but easy on your lower back. Look down, set your palms back to the floor, again activate your core muscles, and step to plank pose. Again, option to take the knees down, then go forward to low plank. Inhale, you push the floor, lift the chest, then pressing the hip, broadening the chest muscles and bending the spine backward. Breathe out, exhale, lift the hip. Then do your own adjustment. Breathe in, breathe out, deep and slow. Ground the heels, push the palms, extend the spine, and let the side body stretch. Look forward, fold the knees, and go to the top of your mat. You inhale, rise and extend your arms upward, and slowly bend backward. Exhale, return to the center. Take your hands beside the hip, and take 1 deep breath. Inhale, raise the arms upward, and bend backward. On your exhale, you bend forward, reach the floor, head to your shins if you can, but don't force the spine. Look forward, inhale, make the spine long. Fold the legs, palms as wide as your shoulders, and go to plank. Strong core muscles, go down to your half plank. Then inhale, you press the feet, push the floor, and bend backward. Tap your toes and go back to down dog. 3 deep breaths. 2, and then 1. Now you step your right foot forward. Set your left knee on the floor and see that you align your right knee and the right heel. Keep as low as you can and feel the left front thigh and turn the left hip bone forward. Point or curl the back foot, it's up to you. Broaden your chest. Then extend your hands forward, release the fingers and push the palms away from the chest, keeping the elbows straight. Move your shoulder blades downward away from the neck as you bring the arms alongside your head. Then bend backward, continue pushing the heels of the palms up, pressing the top of the left foot down. Notice the stretch on your hip muscles, on your chest and side body. Notice the flow of your breath. As and release, take your hands down to the floor. Maintain the left leg. Pull the hip backward. Walk the hands below your shoulders and extend the spine. You can pull your foot to flex or flex the foot to stretch your calf muscle or point the foot to stretch the ankle. It's your choice. Extend the spine, lengthen. Then as you exhale, you can choose to stay if you feel the stretch or bend or maybe head down to your shin. It depends how far you can go to the pose without any tension on the back, back of the thigh, or on the neck. You have to eliminate any sign of tension by observing, carefully observing the pose as you stay. Look forward. From here, you can just keep the left hand as it is, or below the shoulder, or you can hold the right foot. If you hold the right foot, you activate your belly, then twist to your right side. So opening your chest, turning completely to the right and extending the arm up or back. Then you look down, take your palms to the floor, again below your shoulders, and then hold the big toe, the right hand with the right foot with your peace fingers and thumb. Now inhale, as you exhale, you pull the leg up. So as you pull, you have to activate your navel, you have to activate your right leg, not just depending on the arm. So pull the leg as high as you can. And then release the foot. Go forward, bending your right leg, extending the back leg. Then straighten the spine to your runner's lunge. As you balance the hip, you come up to your high lunge. Inhale as you extend the arms upward, seeing the hip down. Then exhale, you twist to your right and extend your hands sideways. Then inhale and exhale. Continue activating the back muscles. Then back to your high lunge, arms up. Straighten the spine, broaden your chest. Then lean forward as you take your palms to prayer pose. Push down through the back foot to shift the weight to your right foot and lift the left leg. Make the spine in the leg parallel to the floor. You balance for 3 breaths. If the leg is shaking, micro bend the knee. If you're okay with your base, straighten the leg but don't lock your knee joints. Then extend the left hand downward, right in front of your foot, or if you have unstable foot, then you can take it a little bit on the left side. Right hand up. So it's easier to look down, but for the more advanced, you can turn the gaze up, look at your right thumb. Good, look down, set the left foot back to the bottom side of your mat as you lift your chest up, back to your high lunge. Hands down to the floor, send your right leg back and up to your one-legged dog. Now observe that the right hip is equal with the left hip, not just focusing on how high the leg can go. Then move forward to your plank pose. This might be tough for some, so you can take the left knee now. For advanced practitioners, you can keep your left foot up and go to your one-legged chaturanga. Then go up to your up dog. Then exhale, return to your down dog. Again, inhale and exhale. So you have to feel your whole body. You have to observe your breathing. If you think you need to rest, then feel free to take your knees down and go to a child pose to recover. So again, you don't want to force the body, especially if it's tired. Now left leg steps forward. As you set the foot forward, take your right knee on the floor. Again, balance the hip. And come up, hands on your knee. You can extend your hands forward, lace the fingers and push the palms away from the chest. Then bring the arms upward. As you do that, shoulder blades moving down, then bend backward. See that you keep your hip low, close to the floor, to stretch your right front thigh. As the release, hands down on the floor, then pull the hip backward. Again, flex or point your toe, straighten the spine and adjust the palms below your shoulders. Now from here, exhale, you can bend. You can even take your head down to your shin, as long as you're not going too far too soon. Look forward, flatten the back. Again, you're going to keep your hand on the floor or hold the edge of the left foot. Then straighten the spine as you twist to the left. So as you turn the spine, try to activate your core so you can stabilize the pelvis. Then you look down, take your palms to the floor. Again, you pick up your foot. Either you grab the big toe or you can hold the edge of your foot. Inhale. On your exhale, you pull the leg upward. So as you pull, again, round the back so you can move your leg higher and closer to the chest. Then you lower the foot, bring the hip forward, extend your right leg, straighten the spine. Coming up to your high lunge, arms overhead. Again, check that the knee and the hip are at the same line. Inhale, then exhale, navel in, activate the sides of the waist, and turn to the left. So lean backward to make the spine upright. And again, return to the center, arms up. And then take your palms right in front of your chest, push down through the right foot, and lift your body forward to your balancing pose. Again, make the leg and the spine straight and parallel to the floor, and continue breathing in and out. Right hand down, left hand up. Again, you turn your chest, squeezing in your shoulder muscles, back muscles. And again, going down to a high lunge. Come up slowly, readjust the feet. And then palms back to the floor, runner's lunge, and take the left leg back and up to your one-legged dog. Balance the hips and go forward to your plank. Easier option, knee on the floor, then coming up. You inhale as you squeeze in your back, shoulders, press the feet and the knees, as well as the hip down. Exhale, return to your down dog. Again, inhale and exhale deep, long and slow. Again, you look forward, bend the knees. You can jump, you can stand or walk. Hands on your shins, make the spine longer. Then exhale, you bend forward. Inhale, rise and extend your arms up. Then exhale, hands on your sides, relaxed. Then inhale and exhale. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, bend forward. Inhale, look ahead and extend spine. Exhale, jump or step backward, chaturanga. Inhale, Urdhva Mukha. Press the feet, the palms, sink the feet. Exhale, Adho Mukha. Now inhale, lift the right leg up, Eka Pada. Exhale, knee to your chest. You have to transfer the shoulders forward above your wrist. Round the back, navel in. 2 more sets. Inhale. Exhale, shift the shoulders forward. Navel in. Last one. Inhale. Exhale, knee to your chest. So hunch your back. Step the foot forward on top of your mat. Now adjust the left foot an inch or 2 forward. Straighten both legs and extend the spine. If you have the stretch on the leg, then stay. If not, then bend. Head to your shin and try to square your hip by turning the left thigh bone forward. pulling the right hip bone backward. Now look forward and extend the spine. You can take the left hand here on the inner side of the foot, or for more advanced, you take it on the outer side of the foot. If you're stiff on the leg muscles on your hamstring and calf, then you can take your hand on your shin, or maybe use a block if you have one. Then turn your chest to your right side, so rotating your mid-spine, your shoulders and head. Don't move the hip, don't move the lower back. Extend your right arm upward. Keep pulling down through the left heel. And look down, set your palms back to the floor. Again, re-extend the spine. Flex the right hip. And then activate your core muscles. Keep your back muscles strong and steady. Then extend your hands parallel to the floor. Pull more weight down to the left foot. Keep extending the spine and keep breathing. Take your hands back to the floor. On your exhale, reverse the palms. So the palms are, or the fingers are pointing backward. Then walk as far back as you can. So you have to stay on your fingertips so you don't depend much on the arm muscles or arm strength. And then you bend that left leg. So you can just stay here and try to activate your core, the leg muscles. Well, you have to support the weight on your hands, but not much. Then you can lift the left heel up. So stay, breathe, and then release. And look forward. Straighten the spine, straighten the legs, palms to the floor below your shoulders. Then take your right leg back and up. So adjust the hip, your palms, or adjust the whole arm. So you can just stay here, or maybe see if you can hold the left foot with your right hand, activating your core muscles. So take your right hand and grab hold of the left ankle. If you cannot do this one, it's fine to just stick to your one-legged walk. And then take your palms again forward. Exhale, knee to your chest. Then you have to move your foot on the left corner of your mat in line with the left hand. Move your right knee on the right corner of your mat in line with the right knee. Point the back foot and pull the hip backward as you sink your hip to a pigeon pose. Sit upright and take your hands beside the hip. If you're tight on your hip, then you can take your heel closer to the back or to the hip bone. If you're more flexible, then you have to make your shin bone parallel to the top edge of your mat. So it depends on the mobility of your hip. Okay, just don't force the right knee, and the lower back. So stay as upright as you can, sinking the hip, and take a few deep breaths. And take your forearms down on the floor. You can just stay here, forearms down with the chest lifted like a Sphinx pose, or you can fully straighten the hands forward, chest and head down on the floor to deepen the stretch on your right hip. So the left hip should turn downward as you pull the right hip bone backward. So here you have to feel the right hip muscles. You take your hands backward, lift the chest. You ground the right hip bone and take the left leg out and forward. Now you hug your right leg to your chest, then step it outside the left thigh. You straighten your back and you adjust the sit bones. If you want, you can pull your glutes backward. In that way, you can have more forward motion on the hip bone to make the spine straight. Just stick to this pose for a few breaths. Flex the left foot, and then from here, you turn your body to the left side. Take the left hand behind you, with the fingers pointing towards the long side of the mat or to the left. Turn the left leg outward and adjust the hips. So you're resting on the side of the hip bone. Turn your right foot forward. So the palms are all pointing to the left. Then extend your right hand out to reach the foot. So there are two options here. You can take the forearm down, or you can keep the palm on the floor. So I'll be Doing the easier version, which is the forearm down, elbow and the shoulder at the same line, then I'll be holding the foot. Look forward, and then as you exhale, you have to press the right foot down. You have to push the floor, and then you pull the navel in. On your exhale, you pull, stay, and look forward. Or again, you can keep the left hand on the floor, chaturanga arm, and then pull. Strong legs, strong core. Try to stay and breathe. And then you release. So from here, you hug your right knee towards your chest. And then drop the right foot or the right knee out to the side and place the left foot towards the inner side of the thigh. Arms over the head. Straighten your back. Bend forward, reach the foot. Inhale, you extend the spine. Exhale, you bend forward. Again, continue extending the spine forward. Continue moving the hip bone backward as you deepen the fold of the body. And then you lift the chest. You straighten your arms over the head. And then twist to your right and you hold the right knee with the left hand. The right hand backward and look to the back. As you rotate the spine, avoid moving the hip. And then from here, you flatten your right hand down below your shoulder. You push the hip forward and up. Then extend the left hand up, or maybe turn your chest upward and extend the hand downward. Keep your right hand strong. Keep pressing the feet, activating the glutes and back muscles. Now you lower the hip. Look forward, cross the legs. Take the hands forward. Jump or step to your low plank. Lift to your up dog. Then exhale to return to your down dog. Again, inhale and exhale for 3 deep breaths. Now extend that left leg upward. On your exhale, core plank, knee forward to your chest. Inhale and then lift it up. Exhale, knee forward. And for the final time, inhale. Then exhale, knee forward. Now step your foot between your palms. Take your right foot 1 step forward and straighten both legs. Extend the spine. Then exhale, you can bend. Remember, don't bend forward if you feel too much for the neck. You look forward, straighten the spine. Then Parivrita Trikonasana or revolve triangle pose. Option to take the right hand outside the foot or just on the shin or use a block. As you twist the spine, keep the hip. You can look at your thumb or just look down in case you feel tension on the neck and shoulders. So when you look down, set your palms on the floor, look forward. Make the spine parallel to the floor, long and steady. Then extend your hands forward. Breathe. And then set your hands to the floor, again reverse the fingers. Look forward on your exhale, bend and walk your hands as far back as you can. So the easiest option is to just bend your right leg, navel in and stay. For the final pose is you have to keep your core, the legs and arms strong. Lift the right heel up. But don't lean forward. Extend the leg, look forward, back to your runner's lunge. Adjust the feet. Take your palms to the floor below your shoulders and then take left leg up to your one-legged dog. Again, you can just stay here, or maybe if you have strength on the legs and your core, then you can take the left hand towards the right foot. Hold the ankle or hold the shin. Balance on the right hand and the right foot. Now then return your one-legged dog, exhale, knee to your left upper arm. Move your foot towards the right and the left knee on the left side of your knee. You go to your pigeon pose. Again, square the hip. So you can use block here to support the left hip for you to have ease on the hip or to balance the hip and feel comfortable on this pose and not putting strain on your lower back. So staying upright. And then you lean forward. Again, option to just rest on the forearms or extend the spine, the arms forward. So really observe what's going on the body. So in that way you can do something if there's any tension that you need to release, any adjustment that needs to be done. Hands backward, again chest up, then swing your right leg out and forward. As you extend the leg, take your knee close to your chest and stay here for a few breaths. Again, you can pull your glutes backward to help the hip flex and you can gain more length of the spine. So we will step the foot outside the right foot. So I'll be facing the other side of the mat so you could see what's happening. So again, turn your right hand forward, turn your feet forward and rest the weight on the side of your hip. So extend your hand towards the foot. You can hold the blade of your foot or you can hold the big toe. Now stay on your right hand or you can take the forearm down. What is important is the shoulder and the elbow should be at the same line. So from here, if you have your options, look forward, inhale, and as you exhale, you ground the left foot, lift the hip up. Okay, look forward and stay. Remember to breathe. And then release. Going down, sitting upright, and then take the foot here on the inner side of the thigh. So sit straight, adjust the hip bones if you need to, then extend your arms upward and bend forward. Grab hold of your foot, or you can just hold the shin or the floor, or you can bend forward. Again, easy on your lower back, the spine, enough stretch on your leg muscles, enough length on your torso. Rise and extend the arms upward, turn towards the left or backward, then hold the folded knee with the right hand as the other arm push the floor behind the hip. Then from here, you flatten that left hand down on the floor, you push the hip forward and up as you turn your chest upward towards the ceiling, then reach that right hand backward. Now you release. Set the hip down, cross the legs, palms to the floor. You can just simply step backward to a plank pose, lower down, then again go up. Now exhale, return to your down dog, and stay for 5 deep breaths. So again, observe your breath, your body. If you need to rest, go to your child pose. You can pause the video and play it after your rest. Again, fold the legs, look forward, you can jump, you can step or float. Then extend the spine and exhale, then forward. Inhale, rise and extend your arms up. Exhale, hands down to the sides, rest. So we'll be going back to the top of the mat. Now you set your feet hip width apart with your toes pointing forward. Then sink the hip as high as your knees. Then extend your hands upward to a modified version of the chair pose. So try to make the spine as upright as you can, but don't overarch the lower back. Knees not covering the toes. And then from here, you lean forward, pull the knees backward, and rest the torso on the thighs or between the leg bones. Make the spine and the arms parallel to the floor. And then release the hands down. Straighten the legs, straighten the spine, look forward. Then you pick up the big toes with your peace fingers and thumbs. Padangusthasana. Shift the weight forward, flex the hip bone, then exhale. Pull the toes, move the head down. Bend the elbows outward and continue extending. Continue stretching. Finding more stretch, more depth on the pose. Look forward, extend the spine and then extend your slopes. Slide your palms under the feet, Padahastasana. Again, look forward. In case you cannot slide the palms under the feet, you can micro-bend the knees. Then pull yourself down. Then maybe you can slowly straighten the legs, but don't force the lower back. Look forward, release the palms to the floor as wide as your shoulders. So I'll be adjusting backward. So from here, look forward and you have to spread out your fingers. So that's really important to lessen the risk on the wrist. So from here, you push the elbows, turn the elbows outward and then move your knees on the upper arms. Actually, this is the more advanced version. You lean forward and lift the feet. For the easier version, you just take your knees on the outer sides of your upper arms and squeeze the arms in. As you squeeze the arms in, your arm should resist. Push the arms outward. So from here, you just shift the weight forward, hand pulls the back, and continue moving more weight forward until the toes lift. Remember not to kick the feet to lift the hip up, because when you use momentum, you might move forward, go too far forward, and you might face plant. So you just have to continue shifting more weight, shift, inch by inch until the feet begins to lift. Then once the feet are up, then you can squeeze your thigh biceps and take the toes together. You can look forward for a counter weight. If you don't have enough strength on the core, on the arms, then you can just continue shifting the weight forward and maintain the toes on the floor. So 3 to 5 breaths. And then after your set, you can go to your Malasana for a moment. You take your feet, hip width apart, your toes a little bit pointing outward, and you push the palms down. You open your chest. And the second one is a bit tougher than the first. We'll do the one-legged crow. So if you cannot do the crow, then this is not possible. So you can just do crow or practice crow. So let's say you can do crow. So from crow, shift the weight forward, lift the toes, and you have to release that left leg and extend up and back. So it will take too much or large amount of energy on the core muscles, as well as the arms, because they are the base. If you don't have enough strength on the arms, then you can just do the modified version. So the modified version is to take the left leg backward, right leg on top. I'll be switching the legs so you can see. So here the knee should be on the upper arm and the other leg backward. And again, you just have to shift the weight forward and be mindful of the alignment of your elbow. The elbow should be resting over the wrist. If it's backward, when you lift the weight, it will collapse. So a stronger foundation is when the elbow is right above your wrist or a little bit forward. So continue shifting the weight forward, lift the left foot, and you can just stay here. If you think you have the strength, then shift, lift the back leg. So do that 3 to 5 breaths on each side and rest on your Malasana. So rest here, breathe in, breathe out. Inhale and exhale. Now take your hands on the floor, step backward to your down dog. Hold the hip, push the mat, extend the spine, and focus on your breathing. Now you lower the knees on the floor, point your toes backward, go down in your child pose to recover. So if you have recovered adequate amount of energy, then you can go back to your down dog. So then lift the hip, activate through your limbs, look forward, bend the knees. Again, you can jump, step, or float forward. Extend and bend. Inhale, right hand, extend the arms up. Exhale, hands to your sides. Now hug your right knee to your chest. Then take the left foot right over the knee. So here, an inch or two above the knee joint. So flex the foot. So keeping the foot over your leg, you bend it left, like your chair pose, so then extend your arms up. So the lower you go, the more you can feel the right hip getting stretched. So make the spine as upright as you can. Now to the next arm balance, set your hands on the floor below your shoulders, again spread out your fingers, and you have to hook your foot against your upper arm. Or if you can, against the armpit. And then the other knee should be resting on the upper arm. If you take it on the elbow, if you lack flexibility on the hip, you cannot put the knee here on the upper arm. So maybe you can just put it here on the elbow, or over the elbow, not too much, because if you're tight, then you might, when you lift, you might overstretch your hip, your right hip. So setting your legs or the foot on your upper arms, you shift forward. So like your crow pose, you have to continue shifting the weight forward. So again, you adjust the left foot backward. And then bend the arms like chaturanga, but not too much fold, because when you go too far down, you might collapse the arms. So just micro bend the arms, then shift the weight forward. So it's fine to just stay here, or lift the left foot, or extend the leg backward, like your one-legged dog. So back and up for 3 breaths. Then from here you can do your vinyasa. Going up, and then going back. Your down dog. Again, take your time to rest after that tough asana or pose. Maybe you need to go down to your child pose to fully recover, or you can just stick to your down dog. Now lift your right leg up. Exhale, core plank, knee to your chest. Take the foot on top of your mat. So take the left knee down. Seeing the hip, look forward and twist to your right. Extend your right hand up and then back. Bending the left leg. So you hold the foot. As you hold the foot, seeing the hip as low as you can to stretch the left front side. So you have to find the left shoulder right over the wrist as you go forward. Now then from here, release the foot, take the palms on the floor and move your hip backward to sit on the left heel. So before you sit, you curl the left foot, take your right foot over the left side. We call this figure 4. From here, you lift the left knee. As you lift the left knee, you balance on your left foot, hands beside the body. And you can just stay here, or you can take your hands to prayer pose. So look straight forward. Make the spine as upright as you can to easily balance the weight of the body. Then release. So for this next arm balance, it requires flexibility on your hip, on the spine, on the twist. Not on the twist. Yeah, on the twist. So if you don't have enough flexibility on the hip, on the spinal rotation of the body, then you can just do side curl. So this is the side curl. So knees together, elbows, the other elbow on the knee, the opposite elbow on the hip. Palms, shoulder width apart, and again you just have to shift the weight forward. Same principle as the crow. As you shift the weight forward, the back side of the body, the feet or the hip will lift. So you don't need to put too much effort on pushing the feet. So you just have to continue shifting forward, the feet will lift. So for the more advanced, as you take the foot over the left thigh, you move. Lift the knee first. Move your upper arm. So the foot should connect here on the tricep, upper arm, not on the elbow. Or if you're flexible enough on your hip, then you can take it here on the armpit because that's more stable. So once you have your foot against your upper arm, again the left hip will be resting on the other elbow. So again, shift the weight forward, and as you lift, you extend the bottom leg sideways. So this will require strength on your external obliques. So if you're not flexible on the spine, like now I have a little pain on the lower back. Maybe the preparations of the twists are not enough. So if you're lacking flexibility on the spine, don't force this one. It might hurt the lower back. So other side, we'll go back to a vinyasa. So from here you can jump straight backward to vinyasa. So as you lean forward, you extend the leg and jump. Not jump, extend the legs backward. Then up. I'm getting tired already. Okay, down dog. And breathe. So you fold forward or fold the legs and jump forward or step. Extend the spine and exhale, bend. Inhale, rise and extend the arms. Exhale, hands down. Take a moment to rest. Focus on your breathing. Focus on the body. Nothing else should contain your mind but the practice or the asana. So next side, you figure for the left leg. You seeing the right hip. Then you extend the arms out. From here you bend forward. So again, go into your flying crow. If you cannot lift the back leg, it's fine. You just have to shift your weight forward. You can just lift the foot or extend the leg backward. After a few breaths, 3 or 5 breaths, jump, step or walk. Up dog and down dog. So assess your body. If you need to rest, pause the video, take your child pose, then play it back if you're ready. Or play it again if you're ready. Left leg up. Exhale, knee forward to your chest. Step the foot on top. Right knee down, go to your twist. Then extend it back, or the hand backward, take your foot, sink the hip. So really turn the body, your shoulders, your head, and then release the foot. So curl the foot, sit on your heel, take the left foot over your right thigh, or so figure 4. If you cannot balance on your heel due to some weakness or tightness of your calf muscles and ankles, and then you can put block here below the sole of your foot. It will act as a stopper and stabilizer of the foot. So you can just stay here with your hands on the floor or prayer pose. Oops, I just support on the chair. Then after you go to your side crow on the other side, or to your dragonfly. So figure 4 the leg. So for me, this side is tighter, so it's more difficult to do it on this side. So figure 4 the leg, take the foot up over your upper arm, and then shift the weight forward. As you shift, extend. I cannot hold 4 or 5 breaths. And then Vinyasa. So jump, step, or walk, plank, low plank, up dog, and down dog. So then rest on your child pose. Now slowly come up. Then extend the legs forward. Again, you pull your glutes backward to flex the hip and make the spine longer. Flex the feet and extend the arms upward. Exhale, bend forward and try to reach the toes. Maybe the head down to your shins. Or you can just keep your body upright and extend the spine. Focus on the forward rotation of the hip. And just feel the leg muscles. And slowly lift the chest. Take your hands backward behind the hips. Lean backward, squeeze your shoulders and open your chest. You lift the hip as high as you can. You can look backward or chin to your chest. Now you lower the hip and then slowly lie down. So as you lie down, take your hands by the feet together and the arms over the head. Stretch the body fully. And then exhale, hug the right knee to your chest. Pull the thigh to press the spine down and to lengthen. Ground your shoulder blades and keep extending the left leg. Straighten the leg and you can hold the foot or hold the back of your shin. Pull the leg down close to your chest without bending the left leg. Or you can strap your foot if you have a strap. Then again, hug the knee to your chest. Figure 4 the right leg. Place it over the left side and pull the left side down to your chest. Now from here, take the left foot, walk it towards the left side of the mat and drop your knees down to the right side. So it's not a twist, so you have to keep your hip flat on the floor. Here you can feel the left front side, the left side of the hip. Now you lift your legs back to the center, straighten the left leg forward, and now we will twist, hold the knee, the right knee with the left hand and pull it down to the left. You adjust the hip so you can turn it completely without any tension on the back. Extend your right hand sideways and try to ground your right shoulder. Now release the pose. Hug your right knee down, extend the left leg forward, and release. Extend your arms up. Inhale, then exhale, pull the left knee down toward the body. Straighten the left leg and continue pulling it down to stretch your hamstring. Fold the left leg, rotate the leg out as you hug the right knee to your chest on a figure 4. And lower your right foot down and towards the right, drop the knees down to the left. Remember not to turn the hip, keep it flat, keep your chest broad, and try to ground your shoulders. Again, bring the legs back to the center. Straighten your right leg forward, pull the left leg down. Then go to your twist, adjust the hip, pull the knee down, and then reach the left hand to the other side. Now release, pull the knee down, and extend the leg. For the final time, arms up, legs forward to extend, and hug the knees to your chest. Now grab hold of your big toes or the edges of your feet, separate the knees and roll side to side. Now extend the legs forward to your final pose, Savasana. Feet hip width apart or a little wider. Lift the hip and extend it forward, navel in. Drop your hands 30 to 45 degrees away from the hip, palms facing up. Move your head to the left and to the right to get rid of any tension on the neck and shoulders. Now begin to close your eyes and pay attention to the whole body. Feel any discomfort, any tension that you need to release. Then do some adjustment or little movements to feel relaxed. Now allow your breath to move slow. In out through your nostrils. Now to quiet the mind, you have to listen and observe the flow and the sound of your breath. Prevent any unwanted thoughts, any distractions, and try to be still, completely still. Now take a rest.